Hello, women of valor. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, I'm in a rocking chair. I am in South Carolina this morning, enjoying family and friends. And it's just been an amazing, tiring vacation thus far. But I'm writing my uh, second blog for the Self Talk series. And something just hit me. I know you're like, why is she looking like that? Why is her head all tied up? Well, the comparison thing, it really got me because for us as women, we can dress it up and be toe up on the inside. And I asked you a question, and the question is, why do you compare yourself to other women? And I asked you to ponder that. Well, here's my answer to the exact same question. I used to compare myself to other women because I was intimidated by them. Um, I just didn't like me. I felt like I was flawed. Still am. But God has made me see that He has made me the way that I am. And the things that need to be changed, I'm asking Him to show me and to change me. And there's a lot. But at the same time, I love me. I really do. Head rag and all, I love me. I am comfortable in my own skin. And as I look at the, what do you call it? Um, Lord, I forgot what it's called, where you can see who actually hits your blog, what countries they're coming from. I'm understanding that Women of Valor is a worldwide ministry. And so people worldwide will see this video. Um, but I'm not doing it just for general purpose. I'm doing it to show you that you are beautiful in your own skin. You are beautiful just the way God created you. You don't need to do um, anything to make people like you. You don't need to try and impress people, because at the end of the day, when you go home, your apartment, your condo, your whatever, it's just you in your own skin. And at the end of that workday, at the end of that whatever, do you like you? When you look in the mirror, do you see someone that you can love? So, intimidation was one for me of why I compared myself to other women. I wasn't good enough. I mean, I would walk and my head would be down all the time. It would just be down. I would see a woman and she just has herself together. And I was intimidated by that because I didn't know how to dress. I didn't know how to act. I didn't know how to. There was just no self-esteem. I mean, no confidence at all. I mean, I had, they say you have a lack of self-esteem. I had no self-esteem. I'm talking about zilch, just none. It was like, are you serious right now? But over the years, God has shown me that I am exactly who He says I am, which is fearfully and wonderfully made. That was one of the first scriptures He ministered to me in Psalms 139. I am fearfully and wonderfully made by the hands of God. And that He loves me. Jeremiah 31, 1. No, Jeremiah 31, 3. That He loves me. I have loved you with an everlasting love, and with loving kindness have I drawn you to myself. So when God showed me that He loved me, I started to love myself. He walked me down a path to loving myself. Another reason that I had a problem with comparing myself to other women was I would just see women, you know, you go to the mall or you're out and about and you see women and they are dressed to the nines. What does that mean? It means their makeup is flawless, their nails is flawless, their um, hair is flawless, their clothing, their body type, everything about them is flawless. And I was just like, wow. Now, mind you, I'm on the outside looking in. This woman that I'm seeing and comparing myself to, I do not know what her life looks like. I do not know what is going on in her life. But at the same time, that woman is who she is. And guess what? Andrea is who she is. So as I began to compare myself to other women, it was like, God did not create me for this. He created me for more than this. And so, woman of valor, I just thank God for you. I pray that God shows you who you truly are, because as he shows you who you truly are, then you can lead others into who they actually are. Because this comparison game is not a game. Women are actually taking their lives. Women are actually in a comparison mode where they are so messed up that their psyche is just messed up. They are messed up on the inside because they don't know who God created them to be. So it is my prayer that as you watch this video and read this blog and this self-talk series, that God will minister to you. He would minister to you who you actually are. And I just give him honor and I give him praise for each of your lives. Another part of it for me was fear. Fear that I wouldn't measure up to the woman. Fear that I wasn't enough. Fear that nobody would actually be able to love me for me. So I would hide. And hiding is a whole nother animal. It's a whole nother animal. Fear paralyzes us. It paralyzes us in ways that we won't even be able to fully comprehend. It just stops you in your tracks. It's like you're in a wheelchair and you don't even know that you're in the wheelchair. It's just, I'm just afraid, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Stop saying that you can and start saying that you can. And so I remember God began to deal with me. And as he dealt with me, it was like, wow, I had gone out and bought some clothes and, I was looking good this particular day. I thought I was. And I went to the mall, me and my brother, in Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't know that God had already started to change my mindset. He had already began to change who I was. He changed my eyesight, which is what I said in the previous blog, self-talk. But he changed my eyesight. And in him, he used his word to change my eyesight. And in him changing my eyesight to be able to see me the way he actually created me, it was like, wow. This is what people see when they see me. This is who they see when they see me. I'm like, wow, I had been blinded to the fact of who I actually was. And other people could see it outside of me. But the crazy thing about comparison is that if you can't see you for you, it doesn't matter what anybody else says to you. So other people can tell you that you're beautiful. But if you don't believe it, excuse me, if you don't believe it about you, then it's not true to you. It is not the truth to you, so you're believing a lie. But God began to change my eyesight. And as he began to change my eyesight, the comparison game stopped for me. So this is years ago. And I remember walking in the mall and I saw this woman. And she was flawless, as I had seen women before. But this time, I walked past her. I did not hold my head down. My shoulders was back. My head was held high. And I was just like, like I said, I didn't get it right in that moment. But I looked at her and I was like, wow, that's a nice outfit. And I'm thinking that in my mind. Whereas before it's like, oh, that's a nice outfit, but I can't have this. I can't do that. I can't, whatever. I can't. And, or I don't, or I won't. So I'm saying all of these negative things, speaking all of these negative things to myself. And guess what? They were the truth to me. But I walked past that woman and I looked at her and I was like, wow, that's nice. In my mind, I'm like, that's a nice outfit. I hadn't been built up yet to tell somebody that. But in that moment, it was like, that's a really nice outfit. So later on, as we were walking out of the mall, I was walking around and the thought hit me. It's like, you're that woman. And I was like, what? I mean, it literally stopped me in the mall. They leaned on a banister, on a railing. And I was like, what? And God was like, you're that woman. And I thought about, he gave me a picture image of what I looked like that day. And it's like he just flashed it like a still picture across my mind. And I was just like, wow, I am. And that day I was looking flawless. And I was just like, God, really? You've done this? And I was just like so excited and so elated and so I was outdone. And I remember tears coming to my eyes. And I was just like, God, you've done this for me. You have really done this for me. And this is what I've always wanted. You've done it. And that was the road to lead me to confidence. So we fast forward to yesterday, July 4th. And we came to Myrtle Beach to visit family, but there's a girlfriend, my godson's grandmother, that lives in Myrtle Beach as well. And so we went over we were supposed to go to her house to meet her because I'd never been to her house before. And she invites us to a cookout. Well, the funny part about this story is God is really good and he will show you exactly where he's brought you from. And I didn't think about it till this morning as I was writing the blog of comparison. And went to the cookout. Didn't know, who was going to be there or whatever. Went to the cookout. And it was a room full of women. There was only one man at first. And then my husband, of course, made the second one. And I walked in the house, spoke to the women. They was like, get you something to eat. There's food in there. Da, da, da. I'd never met these women, laid eyes on these women a day in my life. But God hit me with it this morning as I'm writing this blog. That as I walked in that environment before, my stomach would have been in knots. My mind would have been chaotic. I wonder what they're going to think about me. I wonder what they're going to say. I'm not dressed the right way. My shoes ain't right. There's something in my teeth. There's something in my nose. I just would have been just a basket case. But I was able to walk in this room full of women and speak. Get some tea because they made something called watermelon and mint tea. It was the bomb. Very refreshing. It had a different taste, but it was very refreshing. Okay, I digress. But I was able to walk into this room full of women confidently, and I didn't even think about it. It wasn't a second thought. It wasn't okay, I gotta act a certain way, I gotta be a certain way, I gotta do whatever. No, it's like, I'm Andrea. This is my husband, Carlton. My mother-in-law was introduced because she's traveling with us. And it was just like, wow, this is really cool. But in that moment, it was just, I just flowed. And it wasn't until this morning, as I said, I'm writing the blog. And I was like, man, God, you brought me from a mighty long way. A mighty, mighty, mighty long way. So for me, why did I compare myself to other women? It was the comparison and then the fear. Self-esteem, which I covered. But woman of valor, God made you exactly the way he wants you to be. If you don't like something about yourself, change it. But don't just walk through life comparing yourself to others. The banner that I put on the blog this time is don't let comparison steal your joy. Don't let it. It's a choice. Everything in life is a choice. Don't choose this day not to let comparison steal your joy. So if you see a woman with a nice outfit on, compliment her. If you see a woman with a nice hairstyle, compliment her. Say, God, wow, thank you for who you made me to be. Thank God for who you are. Thank God for loving on you for who you are. Thank God for just him waking you up today. Just start thanking God instead of comparing yourself to others. It's like, well, it's time out for that. It is time out. God created you fearfully and wonderfully made. You are his masterpiece. God's masterpiece. Are you serious? He loves you. And so do I. And I hope you get something out of this video or out of the blog today. I love you, ladies. I am so thankful for each and every one of you. And even with my rag on my head, I am still fierce. Love you, ladies. Bye.